And then she thought, this happened to me and it was terrible, but it happens to the poor kids all the time. Her mission became all the stronger. And so she went to a different city and gradually persuaded the women who worked the brothels to let her teach her children. And as she did this, they began to trust that she was really about them and not in it for herself. And guess what? Other people decided that she was a trouble now, but this time, knowing that rape didn't disturb her, they decided just to beat her up, and so they punctured her left eardrum and broke her arm, and she continued to teach. She continued to teach, and so now no one bothers her because the women of the streets won't let them, and the children of the villages won't let them. She is too strong, though she stands only 4 feet, 6 inches tall. She founded a group called, I have to get this right, Prajwala. It means eternal flame. She went toward a light that she thought was teaching others, and discovered at the time she got there that she had become the light she sought for herself. This is the spiritual story I want to give you today, that when we go in search of a light to light us up, what we discover in the end is the light we have that lights other ways for other people. That our mission in life is not to find our light, but to become one. To become a source of light and warmth for others. That our need is not to satisfy our own desires, but to embody the world in a way that is uniquely us. If the light we seek to find in ourselves we find only by looking outside ourselves, the light we find is not true. But if we find ourselves lit up by what we seek, it is because we know we are here to light the way for others. Sunitha is one example, but everyone on the planet has the capacity to become a light to the world. Every one of them. That's why Jesus says in the Sermon on the Mount, uncover your light, let it shine. It doesn't mean the light of God, it doesn't mean the light of Jesus or the light of the church. It means your light, the light inside of you that you can only find by searching for what you need to become that light. It isn't found in meditation, it isn't found in worship, and Lord knows it isn't found in listening to preachers. It is found in the fear and trembling path that risks your life for the sake of wholeness of heart and spirit. Mohandas Gandhi was going to be a lawyer. That was his light. And then he found out that defending one person at a time was too small a finger in the dike of oppression. Martin Luther King was going to be a scholar. He had a PhD. And then someone said, Martin, we need you at a meeting. And he became a light. Sunitha thought she was going to be a teacher, and instead she's saving prostitutes. What we think we are to become is immaterial. What we seek is to become a light to the world. If we can let go of what we want ourselves to be so that we can become what we must be, even if it is not what we thought we were to be, we can become the lights that we uncover and shine. I wanted to be a composer. Didn't work out. I think I'm a clergyman, but I think there may be yet another chapter that I haven't heard myself. We all are in this path together. So look at your life. It means that you may have to give up things you believe you need. But have not the finest moments we know, the greatest moments we have experienced, the ones when we are most alive, when we were most useful to others. Have we not felt the greatest aliveness when we nourished a child, saved a parent, were of good cheer to a grieving friend, when we offered water to the thirsty and hunger and food to the hungry, when we lifted up not ourselves but others? Are these not the things that make us feel most alive? Yes, I love music. I love it desperately. But what I needed was purpose. Not to be good for something. Marge Piercy, the poet, says, I want to be of use. You and I, we want to be of use in the world. And if that means we get used up, who cares? That's the point. We are being used up. When we have that sense, though, that we are alive and a light. We are alive whether we are rich or not, whether we are famous or not. Our light, our life only makes sense, is only of value even to us, to the extent that we live and light the world around us. I have perceived a fire on yonder mountain, said Moses. Perhaps I will bring burning wood that you may warm yourselves. Amen and amen. Do you want to stay for the next hymn? Okay. But if you have to scoot out, I get it. Marilyn, let's sing our hymn, shall we? Excuse me? Nah, how many do we have?